Hi, everyone. I want to say hello to the people in the chat. Let me head
I
back
don't think
up
you're on
here.
live yet. All right. You're not on live yet. Hold on.
Hi, everyone. I want to say hello to
Okay.
Jennifer Claude, just looking. Phantom Hodges Drone. Rick Halber, hi. Rolex Drone, thank you. Oh, I'm going to bed. Well, thank you for coming in, though. I really appreciate it. Let me see. I have to pull this chat down a little more. Why is it not doing it?
Hey, Rolex. How you doing? John Effects, Phantom Hodges, Rick Caliber.
Drone Junkie, how are you doing, Drone Junkie?
Drone Junkie.
Nice seeing you. Hey, Russ, how you doing? So Dilligaf isn't here yet. What he told me today was that he had to finish a certain amount of driving, and what's coming up? Hey, Mr. Doughboy, Rotordale. Oh my God, you're here. Oh, it's late.
It's 2 a.m. there. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Are you still working, Russ? Yeah, just looking. Hey. He isn't here yet because he had to finish like 300 to 400 miles and then he could take the time. So I'm sure he is still on the road just trying to get where he's going so he can come on. So Mike Roach, hey, how you doing? Yeah, so
Drone Effects.
but I gotta watch the Habs at same time.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I wanted to look at it tonight, but it's okay.
What are
Drone
the
Effects, the hockey team, Montreal
Habs?
Canadiens. Val, can you phone me tomorrow sometime? That's Drone Effects Claude.
Yes, I can. I can. Of course I can. Yes, and I did get the message and I waved at her. So let's see.
No rotor deal. I ain't get the 1 million. No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Doug Earls. Am I saying that right? Okay, here we go. Hey Craig, how you doing? High noon. Drone. Okay, got you, got you, got you.
Doug Ertel, I just supported your channel.
Still I say boo. Lloyd. Oh my gosh. There is missing 11 likes here. Oh my God. I'm not even sure where I am on here. Oh, yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm here. I know.
Hey, Lewis, how you doing?
Where I am on here.
High noon. Shadow. Showdown. How you doing?
Okay, this still says that I have someone blocked on here, but nobody is blocked on here. So I must have blocked myself somehow. I have to figure out how that works. Drone Obsessed, how you doing? How are you doing? I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, guys, you wanna check out Doug Earlt? I have him, and yes, I like
By the sheep.
by the Chiefs. Oh yeah, should I move over a little bit so you can get the full effect of my sheep pictures? Come team one. Oh my gosh. So let me see. Let me shrink this a little bit. Yeah. So see. Oh, Thomas O'Sullivan. I need help tonight. For some reason, I can't watch live streams. All of the videos play fine. I can see the chat, but the video is static with an error code. I've rest my router and PC. Any help, guys? Anything? What do you think?
Oh no. Might have to try and reboot everything again there, Thomas.
Yeah, because you said I rest my router and PC.
Yeah.
Oh my
If you're
God.
here in Canada, if you were here where I am, it's called Bell Canada. I would understand that 100%. I don't know where you live, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Thomas, one other thing you can do is just go completely out of YouTube. Go back on, because sometimes it just says error when there are none, or try to refresh. Hit F5.
I know on the YouTube channel you're very clear, Val, but when you go on the Google Hangouts, it's very blurry for me.
What? Am I blurry?
No, on the Google Hangouts. When you go on the YouTube channel, you're very clear.
You are clear as a bell on my YouTube. In fact, you look like a bell. He is
Hey, Legwork, how you doing?
So I don't know why, Thomas. I'm so sorry. You're missing Roger. I can explain what's happening in the stream so you don't feel you miss anything. Roger right now is wearing a tutu, and Kim is dancing behind him, waving a Canadian flag. Of course, he is wearing a maple leaf. Just so you know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Claude, I'm drinking coffee. Yeah.
Let's see. We think alike. We do. That's why we get along so well. We think absolutely alike. So how long are you at work, Russ? Roger, good place. You put the lead.
Yeah, the Canadians got to win tonight.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, darling? Logan Carpenter, welcome.
The three next
Dilligaf should be here at any moment.
Yeah. The three next games they're playing, they got to win them.
I didn't even know you watch sports.
So I don't, just when it's playoffs. Roller deal. So how come Roger looks better on this stream?
I don't know. I told him to comb his hair.
Paul Murray's in the house.
Who's in the house?
Paul Murray.
Oh, yeah. Maybe 1.5 hours. Floyd got you scribed. So Dilligaf, as you know, if any of you checked out his channel, he's a really wonderful FPVer. Clear, Roger.
Roger's actually really clear. Yeah.
You look really clear tonight. Must be a good night there. Go Boston, Mr. Doughboy. Only one I can see is Roxy. Oh.
The only one I can see is Roxy. Oh my God. My camera's not even on, Roxy. It's off. I took it off completely. It doesn't work no more. Tonight it's the Lightning against Montreal Habs.
The Montreal Hats?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Flying with Stan, how you doing, Flying with Stan?
Two pimples all popped.
Oh my God.
Hey, Flying with Stan, how you doing?
Versus windy today and looks like windy again tomorrow. Calling for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Oh my God. It was my wife then.
Rolex.
Rolex. You're in so much trouble. So how's everyone doing tonight? Did anyone get a chance to fly today? I mean, I had a meeting today and it went a little bit long, so I didn't get a chance at all.
Everybody, please hit that like button. Thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be very windy here too tomorrow, Phantom Hodges, yeah.
It looks like we're again. Yeah, we're gonna have rain for the next couple of days because I had time off, so it's raining. Bad Rolex. Val is. You know, that's what I call my daughter since the day she's born. I call her Boo. Thank you, Rotodale. I would love to be at 1500. I have taken the slow boat. Mine, I never get that. It doesn't go fast for me. That's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I've seen.
You got your DJI smart controller connected to your Mavic 2 Pro. Cool.
Oh, wow. That's nice. The Montreal hockey team is the Canadiens. Their nickname is the Habs. In French, I think it's La Habitants. La Habitants.
The Habitat.
I get some time to fly weather never cooperates. That's what's been happening to me. Oh, Claude says he's at 2 million. Getting away from 1500, so we're hitting that mark in today's live stream. I'll be snoring my way to sleep. Try the Spark this evening. Tripod mode. Connected. Just need a good day to fly. Doesn't it seem like that? You need a good day to fly, and that's when it's hard to get there.
Yeah, Drone Junkie. I looked at 2 of your videos there a while ago there. I need that little club car you got. I need that here.
Yeah. Let me try this again.
Rick Hollibert, 23 watching line, 6 likes. She got 18 likes. Yeah. 26 watching. Yeah. Everybody hit that like button.
Thanks, guys.
That's you, tripod mode in the morning.
Guys, it's time for bed here in Ireland. God bless. I wanted to be time for bed here too, Rolex. I could use a nap.
Hey, Rolex. Have a good night.
Good night, Rolex. I'm going to see. Oh, let me see if that's.
Ricky Dobbs in the house. Hey, Ricky.
Okay. Not there, not there, not there. So where's the one that just got in? Sorry, guys. I'm just checking my email to make sure I didn't get anything. Ah, okay.
Your phone says only 6, yeah. Okay.
Oh, Ricky Dove, Rick Halber, Drone Junkie, Paul Murray. Let's see, we have Rolex, who's going to bed now. Drone Effects, Phantom Hodges Drone, Mike Road, Mike. Doug Earl. How to pronounce my name is Ertel. Ertel?
Yeah.
Now say it normal. Ertel. Doug Ertel. Does that sound right? That's so great. So I guess I could interview Roger. Hey, Roger.
What?
Ah. Hey, Ed.
How you doing?
How you doing, Ed? Haven't seen you for a while. I'm only seeing you on your flight. Oh my god. Yeah, Drone Effects. His name is Claude.
Craig's, how you doing?
Okay. Yeah, I think Claude sounds right. For sure. Oh my gosh, Rick Halper, Morning Rotor Deal. Oh my gosh.
That's cool there, Ed. Glad to hear you're doing good.
Yes. Yeah, I was so surprised, Ed, when I heard that. Yeah, I knew you flew, but I knew you also did boats too, right? You do both. Or you did both. So let's see. Evening Ricky. Okay. So okay, let's see. Hey,
Everybody,
trying to get enough mouth before the show. Okay, it started. So whenever you can. What else did I say?
Nature's Beauty, how you doing?
Okay, so we are on no hurry. I don't want to get an accident. Hi, Nature's Beauty.
No, you won't lose your subs. No. If you change your name, you won't lose your subs.
No, you won't. You won't. What do you want to change it to? Drug. Don't do drug. Doug, what do you want to change your name to?
Love my drones.
Oh my God.
Ken, drone and camera, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? Nature's Beauty.
Oh, thank you there, Johnny Vex.
Not sure. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go see if I can help you. Let's see. There's your channel. Oh my God, it's so pretty, your backyard. Hmm.
Nature's Beauty says, hi, Val. Hope you're peachy today.
I am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Canadian drone up.
Changing mine to it. There she goes.
Oh my gosh. You know, your channel's really nice. So you fish, you fly drones, and you evidently do landscaping because you that fire pit is cool. Nice.
Not sure. It's a good name to change to.
Yeah, it's done. So hit the like button. Thank
Well, it wasn't too nice today. There, love my drones. It rained today, and we had winds again.
you. Yeah, Doug, one more and you're at 50. So I'm hoping people go in and check this. And you also do, is that ice fishing you're doing?
Jewish redneck preppers, how you doing? Good evening.
Hey, shalom.
Anthony Benson, hi, old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, nice.
White flyer. Drove me back.
Fire. Claude. Claude, what am I supposed to do with you? I mean, I'm seriously asking. What am I supposed to do with you? Oh my God. Let's see. Hey guys, while we're waiting for Dilligaf, and he's trying to get where he's going, he needs enough miles so he can get on the show before he stops. Claude. Does anyone want to come on the show? Does anyone want to come on our live stream for a little bit while we are waiting? I'm looking to see if anyone says yes.
Roxy would, but her cam's broke.
Anyone on here know a good program for making an introduction for my channel? Oh, I don't. Doug does outdoors. Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm afraid. Michael, why are you afraid? Guess who can? What? Fresh meat. What?
John Effects is good. He's good to come on.
Okay. Okay. So can I do it just through email? Me. Okay. You know what? I didn't catch his live stream last night, but I am going to catch it. Phone effects? Nope, that didn't work. I have to send him an email, don't I?
I'll send it to him.
Thank you.
I'll send you the link, Claude.
Thank you. Hey, Callie girl, how you doing? No, but I want to watch it. I want to watch Grumpy Vlogger. I went to get on it, and I had 15,000 things I had to do. So and then an old friend of mine asked if I'd come on his live stream. He's one of the first people I ever watched on YouTube. So I went on and talked with him for a little bit. So yeah. Kelly girl, I just gave you a mod, darling. Yeah, I love my drones is in the house. He's become quite the FPVer for sure. Kidding, of course, Val's life. Oh my God, Skyview Walker, how you doing, darling?
Skyview, good day, good day. Okay, blah, blah. Claude, I sent you the link.
So guys, there's quite a few newer live streamers or channels. So please make sure you have a chance to check everyone out. I come on, but I have to go through my agent, my manager, and then the appearance fee. It's just a big thing. You know what? Legwork is so true.
Kelly girl, how you doing? Kelly girl TV.
Oh God, legwork. You are way too funny.
John Effects is in the house.
Hey, Jordy Fix.
I'm being good.
Okay, I'm trusting that.
I will.
Back to Val with the earpiece. There you go.
Hello, everyone.
Skywalker, Skyview Walker, welcome. Night Train's in the house. How you doing, Night Train?
Night Train. Hey.
Sounds harder than FA, Clarence. Hey, Claude, how you doing today?
Oh, good. I got something screwed up my computer here for a second. Oh, there it is. You still see me?
Can you hear him, Val?
I can hear you.
Can you hear him, Roger?
Nope.
I can hear
your
everybody.
headphones set plugged in.
Hold on, let me check. Is it working?
Nope, I don't hear him.
Actually, I can hear him. So
you can?
Roger,
okay.
Yeah.
He's about to go out and come back in.
Okay. All right, I'll go back out.
Okay, bye. I'll be back.
No.
Oh.
There you go. We hear him great, right?
Oh, I hear everyone, not Claude. Okay.
I hear Claude. I hear you. Roger, it's you. I hear him.
It's me again, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that. Okay.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Hi, Claude.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh. I know we all hear him, but
okay, I gotta go. I'll be back.
Okay, hey, okay.
So I'm okay now?
Yeah, well, you're okay. It's always been Roger. It's that Canadian. I know, right?
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, I was talking to our little narrow boat family today. I talked to her mother for a good 45 minutes on it. She sent you an ad on Facebook too.
I saw it, and I went in. I unfriended her, and I waved at her. So we're just gonna go about this to see what we can do.
Yeah, she said Emma is a little bashful, but I said, well, we want you there anyway with her. So,
Oh,
and
sure.
she said Emma's a little bashful, and I said, well, that's okay. I offered even, do like a live stream and just have her on there. I usually don't have as many people, and I said she can get used to it that way if she wanted to. So
Is this group Claude? That's a dangerous question. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking, Claude? I just think that when I interview her, because she knows you, right, we'll have you on
yeah,
at the same time.
yeah. Her mother's. I was talking to her mother a little bit, and her mother's really into kids in social media, the do's and don'ts, and
Yeah.
protecting your children in social media and that. So that may come into play. So I was just thinking it'd be a good thing that for you to get into with her. So
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, I taught a bunch of social media stuff at one
Don't hear
time.
you.
she does all those videos, and she just
We
posted
don't
another
hear
one.
these guys at all. Don't bring it back again.
Well, look who's in the corner sitting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I asked him if he'd come on because Dilligraph does a lot of FPV, and so Kim does it, and he's part of the Canadian Drone Hub. So I thought maybe he would come in. Fallow's life is easier to slip things past her. Oh my God, what are you slipping past me? That's true though. Love my drones. It is.
Cloud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good.
I was just looking at the chat, so I'm
Okay.
sorry.
We're here.
Can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear everybody. I can hear everybody, but Kim. So he's kind of hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
He's making faces now. There he is.
Okay. Okay. Carpenter Rick, hey. Look who we brought in today. We got special guest, Kim.
Me, Kim, and Claude.
Look at your face. No, no. I don't know what that is, but I will shoot you.
And for the record, I did rename my airplane today.
What'd you name it?
The Moist Flyer.
Hey, Plummet, how you doing? I'm so happy to see you.
Carpenter Rick's in the
Hi.
house. Love my drone. Plummet.
Yeah, so we're waiting for Dilligaf because I know he's driving and he's trying to get there. You know what I didn't know? His
Hi,
last
Carpenter Rick.
3 videos are not last because I was is with our own guy, our oh geez, Hadley. He flies with Hadley sometimes.
Yeah.
In Hadley's area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty darn cool. Oh,
She specializes paranormal. How you doing?
We'll get that more after. Oh,
Nice to see you, Plummet.
I was telling him thank you. He'll be in a little bit till like half will. So, because I got questions for him. How's it going? Plummet, it's going great. Now that you're here, it's all good.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Kim, get up on the screen. Start answering questions.
oh God.
I don't know as much as you think I do.
Hey Shane, how you doing? Well, I'm hoping you know something. Oh.
I know FPV planes. There go quads. They go in the air and sometimes they crash. So that's all you know.
Huh. Huh. That looks like
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna have to check that out later. I was looking at something. So Dilligaf is setting up now. He'll be with us in just a few minutes. And then I'll have to drive some more. Just a quick pack here, but it's smooth so far. Nice. I was going to rag Hadley about the very beginning of his flight I watched today, but then decided, nah, he was just warming up.
You're
Yeah.
hanging around. You know, if you go nah, nah, you can sound like a sheep behind you.
Right? Paul likes the sheep.
Sheep
like
butt.
what's in there.
Sheep butt.
Yeah.
Everybody likes that picture. I don't know why.
I love this picture. It's a Irish artist who does these. So my mom brought him back from Ireland when she was over there visiting quite a few years ago. Yep. So after she passed, I got him.
From it here, you know what that reminds me of? You ever see those cutouts people in the yard of the lady bent over in their garden and all that?
I'm just. Oh, we got Dilligaf. Claude, thank you for coming in, darling. You can stay, but yeah.
Can you hear
I'll
me?
be quiet.
I can hear you.
Oh, wow. Here I am.
You're in your truck, huh?
I am. I'm trying to make it so like the light isn't crazy,
I'll be back, pal.
but I'll kind of move stuff around as we go, and I can get into some of the gear. I didn't mean to just like blast in here. You guys were talking. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So I know that we were going to talk some FPV, right, tonight, and also I wanted to say I went on your I went all the way through your videos, and your very first videos weren't at all about flying, were they? They were about bikes.
Oh, way back years ago, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know I'm going to catch those first ones, right? So
I didn't even know those were still up.
no, it was great. So how are you still into electric bikes?
No, like once in a while, like I get an email from one of the vendors, and I look, and I'm like, I kind of want to like play with them, but I'm 24/7 in this truck. I only stop like 34 to 48 hours a month. I stop in Tucson, grab my parts from the post office box, anything else I've got set up, and back on the road. I just nonstop in the truck.
Hey, Dilligaf, sorry, can you put your telephone down more so you can see your face? Or you can see your head.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna. It flips around.
You're good.
I'll in just a minute. I'll actually let me see if we can still hear if I do this. I'm gonna try to put you guys on a better speaker.
Centroid Ariel, how you doing?
Hey, Centroid.
Maybe if this audio will work like this, it'll be a lot better. So I'm hoping that works. Can you guys still hear me like that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Now I can hear you. You can hear me. I can have air conditioning.
When you do it that way, there's an echo.
We're just seeing the top of his head.
I don't know why.
I kind of have all my drone stuff like sitting here next to me, and like that way I kind of tried to get the camera and all my stuff where I could like kind of UAV future style talk with my hands and put stuff in the camera.
Okay. So yeah, this is work.
No, the audio?
Yeah, the audio is putting an echo in for me. Are you guys hearing the echo?
Yeah, there's an echo.
We'll just do it like this. If you guys can hear me better, I'll just kind of sit close enough to the phone to hear it.
Okay. Let's see. Is that any better, guys, or is still an echo?
There's still an echo.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, there was no echo when we first started.
You know what? I used to have the problem with Hangouts. I'm going to drop out and come back.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll be back.
I don't know why you were only seeing the top of his head, guys. I was looking at him on YouTube and I saw all of him. Were you guys just seeing just the top of his head?
Still got an echo, and he's gone.
He's still on.
there.
Yeah.
So you guys weren't hearing the echo.
That we're
Yeah,
hearing that.
it's still there.
Well, guys, I can't go off and come back on.
Does he got YouTube running too?
Are you running YouTube at the same time, Dilligaf?
I'm trying to drop out. It's not letting me drop out.
You know what? They said they're not hearing the echo. Only the panel is. I say we go. Well, okay. Kim, don't. I see a smile on your face.
I couldn't hear you. What? Roger was coughing.
The echo. I was seeing his upper body and head. Yeah, I was too. So I don't know why they were only seeing the top of his head. I think it's a Roger and Clot thing.
Where's my beer?
Thanks, Russ. Thanks. Hey, there you are. We're good.
Hopefully that's better.
My drones.
I see his eyes and the forehead.
There he is. There's his whole head.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
there we go.
gotcha. Thank you, Plumhead.
There, now we see him.
Okay, bye, Rhododale. So, talk to me, see if I can hear you.
There we go.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay.
Less echo now or no?
Bye, Rotordale.
Nope, no echo. Oh, thank God. Coffee's here. So, Dilligaf, I was watching your first videos, and was your drone the first drone you had a Bugs 3?
Yeah, I had a Bugs 3. It wasn't. I think I got a couple of micros, like little $20 Eachine 010 type deals, you know.
Right.
And a couple of those, and then a Bugs 3, and then saw some couple of FPV videos, and I was like, 5-inch quads, and I was like, I have to do that, you know. This is like right about like when Rotor Riot was forming. This is, however many years ago. And yeah, I saw that and I was like, I have to do that. So it was down that road pretty quickly from there.
It really was, because I was watching your first butt flight and it was like, very, I don't know what you would call it. So we'll just leave that. And within just a few months, you were ripping through trees.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I won't take that stuff down because it's kind of neat to see where things start, you know.
I'm glad you didn't, because it gives me an idea of the tenacity of drone flyers and what they'll go through to perfect themselves in their art, because I see it as art. Because I was seeing you flying, and then you added, once you got that going, you started adding music, right? Mm-hmm. And you picked some really nice stuff. So I was thinking about your channel, and then I get towards the end of your videos, and today I was watching on my big TV, so you're not going to see the comments, but I mean, you've done a sunrise, right? You did that beautiful sunrise. You've done a bunch of other videos, and then you went into flying with Hadley. So yeah. How much do you fly with Hadley? Are you in Arizona a lot?
Well, I stop in Tucson. That's where the trucking company that I haul for is based. They have a little terminal there. So I go there once a month. I have a car sitting there, jump in the car, go. I actually drove my semi, just the cab, up to fly with Hadley this time because I have like my charger and there's so much stuff, to fly with now that like it's too much of a pain to put it all over into the car. So since I own the truck now, I just took the cab up to fly with Hadley. I've known him for a while. He came to Tucson the first time and flew with myself and Jim Crinnan. That's back. Yeah, I met him back then. There's kind of, it's neat talking about the progression, jumping from like the Bugs 3 to the FPV flights. There's probably a couple months there missing of that the first, like, let's say 30 to 60 days of FPV flight, that was predominantly crashing. You know, it was learning to fly acro was like a serious challenge for me. I crashed a whole bunch like the first couple months. But,
yeah, I think the guys are going to agree that they all do that. I'd say but I am just not good enough to even crash yet. It does. You have to be on your way to becoming really good FPVer, and you start crashing. Can't get the free trail of Velocidrone. Oh,
yeah,
Roger, you can't hear.
I can't hear Dilligaf at all. It makes what 3 times I've gone out and in and out, in and out. I can't hear him at all. This Google Hangouts is freaking me out.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it. I turned Dilligaf up, but I can hear him. Can everyone else hear him, though? I think
I can
so.
hear.
Yeah, everybody else can hear him. It's my end here. It's Google Hangouts there. They're screwing up again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Roger.
Hangouts is a bummer.
It's okay. I'll be in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Roger.
Okay.
So just hang around, Kim. Look, Kim, he has that cute little sweater on. Just saying. Hey, Fly Natural, how you doing? Kim is so as I was watching you do your drone flights, I mean, you do a lot of your flights are just right at the truck stops, right?
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't like truck stops, so like I try to stop at rest areas, but some of them are actually at shippers, truck stops, rest areas, really all over the place, you know.
So, you can get okay. I'm like squirreling here. Edron said he can get in a session for $50. That's not bad. So, what do you use? What your goggles? Aren't they Fat Sharks?
Yeah, I actually had to pick up an extra pair I bought another pair. So, and that's kind of where I kind of want my like this hobby has such a horribly steep learning curve. And once you kind of I don't want to say I'm a master of it, but once you get like a really good handle of it, after going through that, like a lot of us want to help other people get through that. So that's like building a set of gear that's really durable is kind of key to that, keeping the stuff in the air enough to even not get discouraged and drop out of the hobby. So that's where, like, I think my experience when I took the show on the road, so to speak, where I don't have overnight parts on Amazon. I don't have like access to anything but what I've got in this truck. And I've got a plan 6 weeks out. And like, I try to keep a goal of flying live on YouTube at least once a day. So that means like crashing and keeping stuff in the air, like on a daily basis with no support other than what I have packed into this little truck. So like, actually the quads themselves are probably a big integral part of that. And, the way I build and think about them and the way I fly them, gear wise, like the way I do those videos, and these are some goggles are a huge deal. I try to get everybody, if you know, it's really hard to bite the bullet and spend the money on Fat Shark starting off. And everybody recommends all kinds of stuff. And I always say, stay cheap. You can get Eachine EV800s, not the diversity one, the regular one, for $50 brand new if you hunt around. And when you watch all my FPV on the road, that is literally the cool thing with the EV800 is it's a 2-part goggle. So it pops into 2 pieces. The eyepiece comes off, and then I take the goggle part and the screen, and I have a bracket that my phone slides in, and all that you're watching is the screen of an EV800 on all my FPV on the road videos. And when you're like working on a new quad or installing a VTX or an antenna or this or that, and you want to test your equipment later on when you graduate to a higher end set of goggles, you've still got this as a tool. So it's like $50 not wasted. So that's like one of the first pieces of gear like that I kind of talk to people about, because goggles are a real struggle, and that's a way to get yourself in the air, you know, for cheap and progress into the hobby, because like I can fly every bit as well on those as I can on Fat Sharks, and they're $50, you know. The receiver is awesome.
Saying his first goggle, Ishin VR2D Pro, was a great starter goggle. So yes, okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to tell someone, like, you know, and so I've had quite a few FPV flyers here, and a lot of them are in the house tonight, and they're really good. I mean, just such as you are. So what would be your advice if someone walked up to you and said, "Wow, I just really want to do that"?
Well, really, it's changed a lot the past 6 months. And I don't have one here, but you can get now on Race Day Quad, actually any of the big vendors. I like Race Day Quads if you're in the US. And this is actually a Mobula 7, but you can get an Emax Tiny Hawk in a ready to fly kit that comes with the quad, a cheap pair of goggles, and the controller for like $150. And it flies good, you know, like, you know, pros aren't like disappointed flying them. And so I think at this point, I think it's really probably the best way to enter the hobby is grab that kit for $150, because you'll never get bored flying a whoop. They're just fun, you know? And so you know, you've got that kit. It starts you in the hobby. You learn to fly FPV. And in the meantime, then you start, you know, ordering. I always say, like, you know, it's really, really, really a good idea to build a 5-inch yourself, because once you've gone through that process, got it in the air, and you're flying it around, then from that point, whatever you break drone wise, you're going to be able to fix it. And you're going to break this stuff, you know, you are going to break it. And the 2-inch and 3-inch are really hard to build. The whoops are pretty much plug and play. So I always try to get people to build a good solid budget 5-inch and learn to fly it, you know, with no horizon or no auto level. Learn to fly it, and that gets you through the technical learning part of the hobby, you know, where you know, you'll, by the time you have the dang thing in the air, you can solder, you can, you know what each part is. You've researched each part enough to pick them out. I don't even mind a couple of the kits that are out there. Like, I wish more kits were available. Like,
I do too. There aren't that many.
Yeah, I think that's a huge hole in the hobby that nobody's addressing. You know what, Bardwell, and I kind of get it. Like, they tried to do a kit through Bardwell, not Banggood, but the other big one, Banggood's main competitor. They actually had 2 decent kits for roughly like 110 to 120. The Ishin Tyro 99, I seriously don't recommend it. It's $100 and it flies, but it has like plastic motor wires. Like, literally every part of that quad is like a deal breaker for me. Every single part, you know. I used to joke around and say, well, if you replace the frame, the motors, the ESC, the flight controller, the camera, the VTX, and the antenna, it's actually not a bad quad.
Oh my God. So
once you've upgraded every part on it.
John Johnson is saying the Tyro 99. Fly Natural said, he goes, I lost my Apple Pencil a week ago. Okay, I'm telling you, pain Fly Natural, because my iPad says I'm down to 3% on my pencil, but what it won't tell me is where my pencil is, so that I can draw on my iPad. So I'm feeling your pain. Gear Worst instead of Gear Best. Okay.
Oh, Gear Worst. That's them. That's the problem, is their kits for another $20 are actually quite a bit better, but then you're dealing with Gear Worst, you know. So I will say that Banggood in general is quite a bit better than Gear Best in customer service. And if you're in a country that you can't go to race day, because here's the other deal: is if you go to race day quads, Rotor Riot, Pyro Flip, and Get FPV, you can build a $120, $130 5-inch. If you just hunt, what do they got on sale? Get you some race day quads has like their branded motors for like $12. They're awesome friggin' motors. So you can definitely piece together a quad right in that price range if you're in the US. That's going to be like a whole different world of quality, So that's something like if you're in the US, I try to get people towards and if you're going to do Banggood, they actually sell some good stuff. And you know what? If so, anybody that buys a $99 or Tyro 99 and gets flying, I'm all about it. Like I'm all about it. And I'm really accessible. I'll totally sit down and spec one for you that, for another $20, we can probably build you something a lot higher quality. But like everybody doesn't have that opportunity. So just the more people flying, the better.
So Carpenter Rick is saying, I never did the Wizard, but it changed the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had one but yeah, it definitely it brings people into the hobby, like it's any path you take to fly FPV is awesome. I'm all about like, performance per dollar and what's gonna help people fly and what's not gonna break, that sort of thing. I think not having the stuff break is super important. It gets so discouraging at first, so like that's why I tried to like really push towards like a lot of the stuff I fly.
So can you do me a favor, Dilligaf? Can you go ahead and put something in the chat so people can see you? And if they don't have you, they can pick your channel.
Yeah, let me figure it out. Give me 2 seconds. I just
you know what? If not, hold on, guys, because I have a plan.
That is a danger of quadcopters I bet many of us never considered, is that the props are really sharp.
Yep.
And if you so much as touch a styrofoam cup of soda with a prop,
yeah,
a disaster. That's gonna be
I'm just gonna say I know that because I actually did that and had my Coke go everywhere. So guys, I don't think this link is working for whatever its reason, but that link is the one. So if you paste it into something, you'll be able to get to Dilligaf. I know that he's on a different system right now because he's in his truck business. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not in the chat. But I'm easy to find. It's DILLIGAF space FPV.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing I've been trying to do, and I've actually finally had some success with it, is like drive new people to me that are like having trouble questioning the hobby. And I may not be able to help like everybody with every question, but I've been at this long enough. I can like find them link, hey, watch this video. It'll walk you right through that, Or like I've got another guy that I've been actually like able to shoot several videos just for him to explain like how to diagnose or fix something, So that's been like
absolutely what I love about the FPV and the drone camera stuff, like the Mavics and all the people who fly all the other drones. Hi, Tony. And hi, everyone, because what they do is they stop and they help you. I was talking to someone about the electrical in my hot tub. Like Ed, he was going to give out, don't touch the electric. I mean, that was help because I was going to.
mm-hmm.
Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, I have FPY. Oh, my God. It's FPV. I'm so sorry. Ugh. So sorry. Yeah, see, that's me. just doing all right. But that's the thing. Everybody helps each other, which makes this community really strong, because even if you're not a drone flyer, drone flying is fun. I mean, just to get out there with guys that you see flying is so much fun.
I really don't think there's been a hobby anything like this at all. Like nothing. Yeah, it's a hard thing to enter, but now with like the vertical takeoff and landing, we get to see the world in a whole new way. You know, we literally as the birds fly, and we can do it from anywhere, anytime, and it's you know, it's just an incredible thing to share. And
right, Craig, I want to say really quick, thank you for coming in, guys. If I'm missing you in the chat, just know that it's because I want to hear, and I'm concentrating. And sorry, I'm so sorry if I miss anybody. So Dilligaf, last one you flew was that on your stream was the Mobila 7. And you went out around the Peacock, right? You're going around, and you said you lost. Were you losing connection because it was so far out?
Yeah. So the Mobula has a built-in receiver, and it's not a great receiver. And you can put an XM. You can actually make a Mobula 7 nearly as full range as a big quad by adding an XM Plus receiver and a 200 milliwatt BTX. Now you add a little bit of weight, so you take a little bit of performance away. And I thought I was going to do that after 1 month, but I've actually, so far, this one's been working so well that I'm going to keep flying it stock for a while. I was probably 30 or 40% further than I thought this would go on a good radio, on a radio link. And I heard my radio give me one beep telling me, hey, we're getting a little low, you know? That's, and you heard me comment on that while I was flying.
Yes, I did hear that.
It didn't fail safe. It kept its radio link. I had pretty good video, and the video remained on the stream, and it's been performing really incredible for me.
So I'm laughing because Ed, thank God really for Ed. Hey, Ice Cold Water. He came and he goes, it's a Roadrunner, not a Peacock. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, and I knew that because I watched it, and I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Oh my God.
I tell you what,
just you got pretty far with.
And I'm not ragging on whoever that is. That is one thing about this community. Like they catch us on anything like that, you know?
They do. And that's what I love about it, because they're not mean about it.
Yeah. But there could have been 3 people in the chat and somebody would have caught that.
Yeah. So guys, know that we got a lot of really good streams in here. Ice Cold Water, I went ahead and modded you. You probably saw that. We have a lot of guys haven't seen in just a little while. Skyview Walker, all these guys, SX2112, and then of course our great Dilligaf. So you want to make sure you go in and look at all their channels and see what you like. I think you're going to like all of them. So what do you want to happen with your channel? Where would you like to see it go?
I'd like to be like where people turn well, to catch the hopefully there's some entertaining value to me flying in all these places. And what that's done is it's forced me to develop gear and habits that are really, really reliable. The CL1, the 5-inch I normally fly, is since I built this quad, it's been through 3 months of pretty good amount of use, and not a single thing except for props. It's completely off the original build except for the props. So, you know, taking a hint off of this build, yes, it costs a little bit more money to build the way I built this, but the amount of time that I have in the air with it is really far ahead, you know. And it's not a super high dollar build at all. It has a $43 diatone stack in it. It has a Mamba stack, which is the cheapest stack you can buy. I run it on 6S. I fly it pretty hard.
6S. So it is a very hard flyer. Fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very fast. It's really powerful, really fast. It is an economical way to build a super tough quad. And yeah, you could build one for $75 less, but I would have been fixing it. You know, I like I said, I've done nothing to this except for change the props. Absolutely nothing.
Oh my god.
So, you know, it's for a freestyle quad that's flying near cell towers and power lines and, you know, electrical systems. And if you look through some of my videos where I was in like Swift terminals, I'm flying this thing behind 10 rows of metal tractor trailers and, you know, keeping signal, keeping link, and just having really, really reliable flights and you know, just this build philosophy. And I'm thrilled to walk anybody through it, you know, that reaches out to me, you know, can get you in the air and kind of keep you in the air, which is important. That frame's only like $36. I also fly a Chameleon with the titanium cage.
Yep.
And
I've seen you fly that one too. Because I saw
when I crash
today.
If I hit a building or a tree with this, I quickly go over to see how bad I damaged the building.
Skyview Walker is saying, well bet, my friend, good job. And then Plummet said, Diatone is legit. They make great quads and gear.
Yeah.
So let me, the one where you landed in the tree, like you wanted to park it up there.
Oh, that was completely intentional.
You just wanted to rest, so you parked it in the tree. So which one was that? Was that the one you just showed me?
No, that was a 3-inch. It's an Acro Brat.
Oh wow!
And this is my I have some guilt with this quad, so I don't talk about it a lot, but I love flying it. I try to never buy clones, and I bought this quad. Not that I would ever be on Amazon while I was driving a semi, ever.
Of course.
Not that ever happened.
Of course not.
I clicked this on Amazon while I was heading to Tucson, and I think it's a clone. I don't think it's an actual Acro Brat. It came in a box that said Acro Brat. It had the Acro Brat skew and everything, but I'm pretty sure it's a clone. And I didn't look closely before ordering it, but I think this quad's a clone. But for all intents and purposes, my 3-inch is an Acro Brat right now.
Oh wow, wow! Those are some nice looking quads. So do you do a lot of mods, you know, on your on the quads that you fly?
Everything but the Mobula. I built, and you know what, the Chameleon, I've had the frame a long time, and now I've gotten it to where the gear on it's really reliable. I kept trying to get cheaper motors to work, but I just kept breaking them. Now I fly the iFlight Zing motors. They range from like $19 to $24 each, depending what size and KV. And I haven't had not even a little hiccup, and I've crashed them bad, you know? So now the iteration of the Chameleon is really reliable. But I've it's been kind of some development. I've had it for a while, and I have broken some stuff on it. It flies individually SCs, and this is a true tank now with these motors. The main thing I've ever gone through with it is like motors and stuff that broke in the stack, because the frame is actually so tough that it'll rip electronics apart. But I'm still, and the frame is warranted for life. So that's another crazy thing about the Armaton Chameleon is if I run this over with my semi right now, I send them the parts, and for $5 they send me back whatever broke. All you pay is shipping. it's warranted for life no matter what. It's a pretty incredible frame that way.
Well, yeah, because I think that once the frame is broke, that you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, well,
Armaton, the most expensive part of the quads?
No, usually the main electronic stack. However, the Armaton Chameleon frame is $109 for the titanium version usually, but you're buying one frame, and it's warranted for life. So, well, I guarantee you, I've had that frame like a year or over a year, and there's no other frame that could have come anywhere near what that frame's been through. Nowhere near. I crashed it on diving the tallest skyscraper in Tucson, and I went into the ground straight down at way over 100 miles an hour, right into the pavement.
Oh,
I clipped. There was really tall palm trees out in front of that building, and I was diving straight down from the top of the skyscraper, and about 70 feet from the bottom, right as I went to flare out and hit the throttle, I clipped a palm tree. It just kept going straight down, like no control, and broke two motors, and that was it. The frame didn't show any damage at all.
Oh my gosh!
So it's a ridiculously tough quad.
So you said you spend. I mean, is that your home now? Your truck?
Yeah.
So that's a real tiny home.
It's bigger than you think.
It's big in the back when you open it up. I mean, I've never been in a truck and seen what goes on in there. So
this is a one bedroom.
Comfortable? It's a one bedroom?
Yeah.
So nice.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. There's a company called CR England, and they have 3 people at a time living in this same truck during training.
Wow.
So like I've lived with 2 people in them. It's not bad. With just me, it's pretty good size.
Nice. So what's that like living in the truck? I mean, not having one. I mean, we have like I watch channels where people live in vans.
Mm-hmm.
So what would it be like to not have? Because you were flying around a house. I saw that. Had a pool. It had a trampoline. Is that no longer home base?
Correct. That's my now ex.
Oh, yeah. And that happens to a lot of truck drivers, my friend.
Actually, it wasn't. It was other issues. Her and I actually still get along. That's her parents' house. She's still there.
Yeah.
Her and I get along, but we'll never be together, and I'll never be at that house again.
Right. Okay. So you're perfectly happy in the truck then?
Yeah, I guess right now my life plan is to probably spend about 10 years driving full time, and towards the end of that, work on buying some property that I can have like a little farm set up, and have more of a house. Right now, it's a waste of money because I'm driving 28 days a month, so whatever I spend money on that's not in this truck doesn't make a whole lot of sense,
See, that makes sense to me what you're saying. I mean, if 28 days you're in that truck, I pay $700 a month rent for 2 days.
Exactly. I could stay in the nicest hotel, and come out ahead. So,
Nature's Beauty is saying it's an adventure, though, isn't it, Dilligaf?
Yeah, it is. Like it's new every day. It's an adventure. Of course, there's downsides. So a lot of stuff like showering and all that kind of stuff isn't so bad. Laundry is a pain.
Right.
That's probably the biggest thorn in my side about it, really, is laundry and the people factor. Like, I'm not a recluse, I'm not like that's not my personality. If there wasn't internet and things like this and talking to people online and talking to friends on my headset and stuff, I probably couldn't mentally handle this. Because I'm not like a loner, A lot of guys out here, I think, are kind of loners. but that's not really my personality. But fortunately, with the internet, like I stay in enough contact with real people, and um, that I don't go nuts.
So, so where do you, is it mostly in the Southwest? Are you coast to coast, up and down?
Anywhere in the country.
Wow.
I'm always trying to find the longest. I actually make a little bit more money on any load under 800 miles, but when the loads get shorter, that means more time stopping at a shipper, more time loading and unloading. So it doesn't balance out. I like to see, like this load right now is 1,500 miles. So that means 3 days in a row, I wake up, drive all day, shut down. I don't have to deal with anything, and I make the most money.
Wow.
So I like the longer mileage trips.
Well, and you're young enough to be doing it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. It'd probably kill me, but you're young and yeah.
There's a lot of people out here that do this in retirement. Most of the couples I see look retirement age.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Jack
Well,
Sparky, welcome to our chat. We are interviewing Dilligaf FPV. He is a man who's on the road 28 days a month, and he flies FPV anywhere and everywhere he can. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Very nice. So how far do you have to finish driving tonight?
Messaging.
I'd like to get at least another 130 miles in, so 2 more hours.
Oh. So do you drive about 8 hours a day? Is that pretty much?
Yeah, there's a DOT clock. The DOT is really, really strict about how many hours we're allowed to drive.
Right.
And it's a pretty complicated system, but the quickest way to break it down is you can drive 70 hours in any 8-day period. You can drive 11 hours in any one day and 8 hours in any one sitting.
Oh, wow.
But you have a 14-hour window in one day that you can drive up to 11 hours. But if you drive over about 8.5 hours, you'll run out of hours at the end of an 8-day stretch. And and then you have to stop for 34 and it resets all the clocks. I don't like to do that. Like, I always feel worse. I don't feel refreshed. It's supposed to force you to rest, but I always feel worse after I have to reset. So I try to hold myself to that 8.5 hours,
Yeah, Jack, it is kind of like Mel 400. Hi, Robert. Tony Reviews, Nature's Beauty. Thank you. You're so active in the chat, Nature's Beauty. Thank you so much. So you're driving all the time. So where do you eat? Do you do all your eating at truck stops? Sorry, it's the mother and me. I have to make sure you're eating well.
This is actually like home cooked what I got right now.
Is it?
Yeah. So when I stop, I'll go to Walmart and I'll get like a bunch of soup and a bunch of now they have these soups that are like, chicken tortilla soup and pretty well rounded stuff like that. I'll get as much as, as I feel like dealing with. And then I can route myself usually to a Walmart at least once while I'm out. And then the rest is, truck stops usually.
Yeah.
A lot of times there's like other restaurants within walking distance though. Like right now there's a Denny's.
Gosh,
but I never eat that. I'll get Subway. Subway and occasionally like some kind of fast food. But mostly it's just stuff I make in the truck.
Hey, Drone Life, Chris, how you doing? I've been enjoying those mornings over the ocean pictures you've been doing. Inner Palace Mind, hi, how are you doing? So, JDS is here. JDS, our bad boy is on. Oh, I shouldn't say that because then he gets worse, huh? But it's easy to go over a tachometer that you have to be careful of, yes?
Is that for me?
Yeah. Is it easy to go over a tachometer? Does that?
Well, as far as like the truck goes,
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. I'm sorry, I know nothing about trucking, or I would know. I love you too, JDS.
I guess like yeah, I mean the truck you learn you learn it and it becomes second nature, you know, as far as like the gears and the speeds and uphill, downhill, all that kind of stuff. It just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Since,
Hey,
since
Ricky
I
Dad.
bought I didn't have a lot of time in a manual transmission. I had probably 2 months total out of 2 years. And then the truck I bought has a manual transmission. And it took me probably 3 weeks to get like, now I feel very, very at one with it, you know?
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I was thinking of you when I was watching you do all your flying with Hadley. Who all have you met on the road as far as people within the community or within your community to fly with?
You know, in person, I've only flown with Hadley, Healing FPV. He's a small part dealer in like between Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona. Um, Bruce Enderly has the Fun Fly events in Tucson, and he has a lighted track. It's an outdoor track through trees that's carpeted with lighted gates and lighted runs, basically. And it's all LED lit. And like at night, it's like one of the neatest things in the world to fly FPV. And it's super friendly on quads. It's in the desert, so it doesn't really rain there. And people have donated carpet. So it's like a half acre of carpet outside. It's pretty crazy. And he has like a pit area with tables to work on all your stuff and a big, huge frequency chart. So everybody gets their frequency sorted out and can fly together. And so, like, I've flown with a bunch of the Tucson guys out on the road. I've tried to like meet up with a couple people in Detroit a couple times, and it just never panned out where we got to fly together.
Oh, so I'm going to tell you, we have so many great FPVers that I think you'd have a lot of fun with. Like up in Michigan, we have Night Train, we have Plummet, we have the Gem 616. We have so many down in Florida, you know, Ed's down there. We have people just all over the place. I think you would have a blast with. Because you need to get out and fly
I'm
with
probably going to start
so alone.
There's a pretty big community in Orlando, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And in about a week, I'm going to be stopping in Orlando. And I might start doing that almost every month, because what happens in this system is it's really easy to end up like ping-ponging around the Northwest. And I like running for this company because I can go everywhere in the country. But right. the huge company that we actually contract the freight through, it like most of the winter I was in the Northwest in 7 feet of snow, and it was getting really old. So now that I own the truck and I'm working in a little bit a really small department, the guy that is essentially he's the driver leader for all the people like me that own our own truck. He's what he did this time, and I didn't think there was enough time to do that. What I'm going to start doing is right when I head out, I'm going to put in the system that I need a day off in Orlando like a week later. So that forces the planners of the big company to route my truck towards Orlando. And then from there, I'll let it just go where it goes, which is how I normally run the whole month. So, but that'll get me all the way across the country, and it'll force some southern routes into my day-to-day life again, which I haven't had many of in like 5 months. So potentially like I could start counting on being able to fly in Orlando as well.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I think that's good. It's a good way of being able to meet up with people and keep your life really active with other people. So I'm thinking that's a good idea. Hold on, I'm just.
You know what would be you asked me, and this is a super key question. You asked me where I'd like my channel to go, and I'm actually thinking about renaming it. because I've only got a couple hundred subscribers, you know, because it was named after a motorcycle stunt team that I used to ride for. And
Okay.
I don't know, I'm a Christian and I just got baptized. And it's actually, if you know what it means, it's actually kind of bad. So
Yes.
I'm going to I'd like to rename the channel. And I'm thinking about like, Bardwell's like the know-it-all. I was thinking about something like the Tutor might be kind of neat, you know? Like the FPV Tutor or something like that.
Oh, very cool.
And so I guess that's really the direction I'd like to go, is in, you know, helping new people, because it's easy to not know that JC Culpepper's channel is still alive. Rest in peace. His brothers kept it going. There's, as fast as this hobby moves, I still tell people, you know what? It's called Project Blue Falcon. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. He died in a motorcycle accident. It was really sad.
Yes.
Awesome young guy. And his teaching method, even though most of those parts 3 years ago was like stone tablet technology in FPV, you know? But even though his videos are that old, what he teaches you is the methodology and thought process you need to have to build and maintain these quads. So, like, I still steer people to, hey, watch some Project Blue Falcon videos, and
absolutely.
And you have, unfortunately, with this hobby, when you get into it, you're gonna have to probably deal with some people that rub you the wrong way. A lot of people don't like Bardwell, but it's once you're experienced, it's really annoying to hear somebody talk for an hour on how to wire up a VTX. But when you're new, you need to see the entire process of how to wire up that VTX. And he's done a couple of videos on how to solder with the soldering expert on, you know, like on there. So it's you know, that's if I can't like shoot a little short 5-minute video the way I do it to help somebody, like walk somebody through something, I know how to help them find that stuff. And even if they're not crazy about that person as a person or a pilot or whatever, I know where that valuable information is, and I can save them a lot of time and a lot of misdirection in the hobby and wasting time and money going the wrong way with stuff.
So really quick, I want to say goodnight to Robert Stanton. I love you, you know it. And he's Juneau County Droner, so I wanted to make sure I said bye to him. And happy birthday to Carpenter Rick. Joining About Northwest has joined our chat. He's going to help me ask questions to
Yes, thank you.
right? Because so I think that's a good idea. I do think that sometimes people don't like it when you watch a video teach you something, they talk for a really long time. But the truth is, if they don't, they need, it's for someone like me, Dilligaf, I need someone to say, no, you take this nail and you put it here, and then you're going to put it through there. See how that looks now? I need someone to do that. If they just go, so here's this, they move it and they go, and so you're going to end up like this. It's for some reason, it doesn't work for me, Dilligaf. I needed the sight of it step by step, and I need to be able to see exactly what's happening to be able to do it. Does that make sense?
And this is so that you can wire the hot tub, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I just had to mess with you one last time. Roger is like trying to tell me to stop bringing it up, I'm sure.
That hot tub thing really, really brings out a great point about this hobby.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably as many hot tubs as there are FPV drones, or maybe not. I may be way, way, way off there. But I guarantee you, like, plumbers and electricians won't come out of the woodwork to try to help you with it.
No. Ed just tells me, stop yourself, Valerie. We don't want you electrocuted.
You know what happens with hot tubs and electrical? They, moist water.
Oh my gosh,
They
Clark.
get shocked.
Do not let you. Airball says he doesn't think you can see the chat, so he wants to say hi. So let me tell you some of the people that are in here, Dilligaf, so that you know. We have the Inner Palace Mine, Drone Effects with Claude, of course, the Canadian Drone Hub, JDS Quads, Nature's Beauty, Drone Life, which is of course Chris out of Florida. We have Jack Sparky Fran, Ricky Dove, Love My Drones, that's our Ed. Juno County
awesome. He's really cool.
Yes, he is. We have let's see, Nature's Beauty. We have we had E-Drone, Night Train, Plummet, New Drone Productions. Oh my gosh, New Drone. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Bill, hello.
Wow, I feel like a celebrity. These are like some huge names you're dropping here.
Yeah, I know. They're so sweet, right? Carpenter Rick. Let's see, Doug. Okay, Ertel. I got it right, I think. Let's see who else is in here. Oh gosh, I know I'm gonna miss someone and I'm gonna feel terrible. Centroid, Aerial Images is in the house. Of course, we love Centroid.
Yeah.
We love all these guys, truth be known. I'm gonna see who else.
That's awesome.
Colorado Fisher. So sorry guys if he's not speaking to the chat. Absolutely can't see it, and I forgot that. And thank you, Kim, for reminding me. That's what I like. The community reminds me of things. And of course, we have Joining About Northwest in the house because he wanted to come on and talk with you also. So I told him to come on in. And Rhino is in. Indigo Rhino. Hey, guys. So that's who's in Dilligaf, so that you know.
Yeah, and awesome. Dilligaf, so you come up to the Northwest often, huh? Or used to?
I spent a ton. Well, I still will. I know I'll end up there a lot. Like right now, they're gonna have to send me to Orlando because of what we did to the basically like the system that gives us our days off. But after that, I could just as likely end up right up to Oregon or something.
Nice. Okay. Because that's where I'm at, and I actually drive around a lot too. But I mean, I drive all the way between Yakima and Billings. I'm out of the Spokane area, so I'm sure you've been through there a few times.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful up there. Matter of fact, probably to this day, what I thought was the prettiest place I ever flew, it was in that neck of the woods. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was.
Coeur d'Alene?
It was Oregon Trail area.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we thought it was Coeur d'Alene because that's, I'd have. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Really pretty stuff up there.
Yep. Yeah, so if you're ever up here, just send me a message or whatever on either my email or on YouTube or whatever, the messaging system there or whatever. And
tell me your YouTube again, because I know I'm subbed, but
yeah, I'm droning about Northwest.
Droning about Northwest?
Yep. Yeah, so if you're up in this area, just let me know, because sometimes I'm not even in the Spokane area. If you're coming through, Oregon or something like that, there's times I'm over there. So,
okay,
just matters on where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I'll look you up for sure. It's awesome area up there. I'd love to go fly. That's something that is lacking for me. Like I flew with Hadley and Healing FPV for the better part of Sunday, and like getting in a group like that and flying is really, really, really fun. Even 2 or 3 guys. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
be nice to Roger. Don't make me come and smack the jujubes out of you. I'm in a chat.
I think you're going to anyways, Val, but you need to put it on camera, just to make sure.
I know. I'm going to Canada in July. So I am. I'm taking a big walking stick, and I'm just going to smack him when I see him. So have to do it.
But yeah, Dilligaf, I mean, and I'm one of those people that you were talking about in the beginning of the interview that is just starting. This is as far as I've gotten with FPV.
That's so funny. I was about to bring up that radio.
Yep.
What's about it?
I was literally about to bring up that radio. It's so
This
funny.
one, Dilligaf?
No, you have the Tyrannus.
I have the
So
transit.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, you're the same one. Very cool.
Yeah. Now, but most of us had the Fly Sky when we started.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what's funny is like, if you end up with a Tyrannus later, for at least a year, you're going to say, I never flew better than I did with my Fly Sky.
You know,
that
you may have actually seen this one in person because this used to belong to one Hadley's famous FPV.
that's funny. Small world.
Yeah, right?
So
Yeah,
here's a little secret about that. Whether it's either 46 or $56, depending which version you have.
Mm-hmm.
But here's like a little, well, somewhat unknown fact about it. That radio, yeah, that has the lowest latency in the game.
Really?
It's the fastest reacting radio to signal to the quad
Mm-hmm.
by like half. It's like more than twice as fast as my QX7.
Wow.
It's and now they have some competitive receivers.
Yeah.
So other than flat wearing it out,
Yeah.
it's an awesome, awesome radio. I'm in a spot now where I've been flying and like throwing this QX7 in my bag for so long. I'm about to buy another radio. While this one's like working as it should, you know, I'm about to buy another one and then just keep this one as a backup. I'm probably going to stay FR Sky just because it's a little simpler to have all your receivers that way, you know?
Yeah.
But and now with the Nirvana, you can potentially just stay Fly Sky, you know?
Yeah.
Or really, truthfully, there's no reason to ever outgo that radio right there.
Yeah.
Except for, like I said, physically wearing it out.
Correct. And you know, I don't know. I know you were talking about the 800s before, but that is what I have as far as my my goggles. So
I have a pair of those before they had the DVR in them.
Yeah.
I've got a pair of those.
Nice.
And the thing is that, and that's actually a really good quality goggle. Also, the screen's a little smaller, but okay. So that goggle, that radio, that stuff is, they're budget investments that I still like because one, you really don't actually outgrow them. You just may want fancier gear. And two, when you do, they still have a very viable use. You can use it for ride-along goggles. You can use it for your trainer goggles. They have a very viable use. What I try to try to steer people from doing is money that essentially gets thrown out as you grow. You know, try not to spend money twice and that you're just going to straight up throw away. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
And those are that's some entry to the hobby stuff that you technically don't outgrow. And if you do get a higher end piece of gear, you know, months or years down the road, they still have a use, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how much I would love to do FPV. And so far with the sim, it's been really fun. Most of what I do on the channel and stuff is cinematic, but it would be really nice to kind of mix the two a little bit as well. Just kind of have the same flight with the cinematic flying over, setting up, you know, what I'm about to fly, and then go fly with the FPV and crash into things, and then, you know, go show what I crashed into with the other. And maybe even rescue the drone out of a tree with my cinematic drone. You never know.
That might be needed.
Well, I mean, maybe if I rested it in a tree on purpose, you know, I might have to go right there, Dilligaf.
So I want to say hi to some of the people in the chat to let Dillabon know who's coming in.
I'm trying to see what he's holding up there.
That's his Nerf gun. His Nerf
Oh,
cannon. And that is his FPV sunglasses, he said. So I'm just going to let him go good with those. And we got Phantom Flight 101 is in the house. Hey, Phantom Flight. Thanks for coming in. We have 817 LDS, and I gave you a mod. So let me talk a little bit about the rules in the chat. So we don't talk religion, politics. We don't have bad remarks. I use a lot of language in here. Remember, my grandson might be watching, and a lot of kids come in here, and so I'm pretty cool with that. But what we do like doing is talking about FPV, about camera drones, about flying. Sometimes we talk all about food, and we don't get off that for the whole thing, especially when the Canadian Drone Hub is the big day in front of us. So just to let you guys know, I so appreciate you being in here. And does anyone have any questions for, Mr. Doughboy, I'll get it there. Have any questions for Dilligaf?
I have one actually while we're waiting for everybody to come up there. So your cab there, Dilligaf, in the back of the truck, like, how is it like it's full size bed? You've got like refrigerator and all that stuff?
bunk bed.
Oh, okay. I've never
But
seen.
I have it's a mess. So let me see if I can point the camera. I have my upper bunk, I don't have a bed in it. So I have a like a blanket laid down, and all my drone stuff is up there. And then there's it's actually longer than it's really weird to get sheets for, because it's like longer than a double for the regular bed. And then normally there's a fridge on the bottom over there below I keep food in there, and then quad parts, and then more quad parts, and then quad work area if that's coming out. But I actually have my fridge in the center, because it's just me in here, and that way I can reach it while I'm driving.
Gotcha.
And it's a fridge that you can lay down flat. There's different ways to configure them, but to give you an idea, like the height of it, if I stand on the bed, because the bunk folds up and down, and if I stand on the bed, I can't reach the roof from standing on the bed.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like, it's pretty high. It's pretty big in here. Nice. And then all around the front, there's more like storage cabinets and stuff. So yeah, it's I have a little like workout set up with rubber band exercise deals or whatever. They're like those rubber band things. So.
Centroid or Mark wants to know if your views on the QX7 versus the X Lite controller.
I've flown both a decent amount. My hands work better on the QX7. Okay. The gimbal throw is longer, so my personal ergonomic preference is the QX7. But you're certainly not doing anything wrong with either radio.
Hi, Level 1 Bob. And then Doug wants to know how many miles is a good day, and he asked another one. Let me see. What's the average day?
Average is 400 miles. I try to average more than that, but I average 400.
Okay. Let's see. Proper FPV's in. Level 1 Bob is in. The house, they just came in. So, thanks. Oh. Okay, I see what's happening. Okay, I was reading some chat, I got lost. What say you do some sim work tonight? Mark wants you on the sim tonight.
I might.
Okay. So, is there any other questions? Hey, Eastad, how are you doing? Nice being in here. Oh, you're welcome, Doug. I wanted to ask those questions for you. So, so when you leave tonight, you have at least 2 more hours.
Yeah, I'll drive about if I can get another 130 miles in, I'm good. So actually, I've got state highway for a while, so it might take me 2.5. I'd like to put down another 130 miles today.
Okay.
So just somebody else who's on the road a lot. What's the dumbest thing that somebody has done to you as a car on the road? Because I know you guys get just treated like on the road.
You know, people don't realize, and I'm no longer in a company truck, so I have my forward radar off.
Mm-hmm.
But when you cut off a semi, it will often slam on the brakes by itself. So people come and they sweep right across in front of you, and there's another semi behind you, and your brakes get slammed, and yeah, it's challenging.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, is people like feeling impatient about cutting in front of 80,000 pounds. Like, you know, we want to be in the right lane. We want to be out of the way. But 70 or 80, probably 70% of the trucks out here are owned by a company, and they have a governor set. So then you've got most of the trucks on the highway with a governor that was set within 2 to 3 miles an hour of all the other trucks. And then everybody has a different load, and it's really hard for people to get past each other and stuff. So again, we're for the most part, we're trying to stay in the right lane, stay out of the way, but it's challenging like that.
That's the biggest thing I see people get so upset with, is when you guys are passing each other at like a mile or half a mile an hour differences.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, there's nothing you guys can do about that.
Yeah, it's on the floor, man.
I was going to bring that up because I drive a DOT. I drive the 26-foot box trucks. The minute I put my blinker on, the cars beside me and behind me, they will speed up and stay right there and not let me out.
Yeah,
that irks you. He probably gets it too.
Now that I have this truck, it's a lot better, because this truck, I have the overall governor set at 70. I own it, so I have it set up how I want. Mm-hmm. I usually set my cruise at 63. I have it governed at 70. So it gives me a lot of room to pass other trucks. But I used to be governed at 65. So if you're governed at 63, and over the course of 5 miles, you just creep up to another truck. Well, actually, most of the company trucks that I had also had tap to pass, which would give me 68 for up to like 30 minutes a day, maximum above 65. So that was a nice feature that at least, but here's the really weird thing. You're rolling along at 63. You caught somebody that has slowed you down to what's about 60 a couple of times, and you're like, all right, I got to go around him. And then you're next to him going 68, and you can't get by him. And you're like, what the heck? Did he just speed up, you know? And now you're like 2 miles down the road next to this guy. And it's a matter of the computer governors. It's not us trying to block traffic. Trust me.
Correct. Yeah. No, I've been on the road. I understand that stuff enough. But you know, I see it all. In fact, I saw it yesterday when I was on the road, and just, you know, there was some road construction. It was going down to one lane, and like 2 people, because one of a trucker had, you know, you guys have to be farther back. 2 people just cut in front of this. And I mean, you saw that truck, like it looked like those wheels would have lifted off the ground if he had an empty load.
Yeah.
So really quick, I want to say welcome to Mr. Drone and me. Also, Dilligaf, Kim wanted to know if you do any camera drones, like the Phantom, like the Mavic, or anything else.
I've flown a few Mavics, and I've worked on a couple Phantoms for people. The F550 Hex was originally called the DJI Flame Wheel. I have one of those, but I'm giving it to a buddy because it's just so big. It'll haul like a DSLR, like a full size, like 35 millimeter camera.
Wow.
But I just don't use it. So he's kind of like a brother. We grew up together from like little children. So I'm actually giving him that.
Nice.
But I have experience in that. I just don't have that much opportunity to use it right now because I don't. Eventually, I'll have internet in the truck with a hotspot where I'll be back using my GoPro and downloading HD stuff.
Right.
But I haven't found one that really suits my needs that I think will do what I need it to do yet. So I'm still kind of shopping for that. And then I might get a Mavic. I think it's the King or a Hubsan Xeno, just to do some because I hit spots that are like, wow, this is cinematic. So I fly the in the CL1. I have a run cam micro eagle, and I try to get like in focus as well as I can. And it's not GoPro level, but it's the clearest camera I've got. So a couple nights ago, like I flew that and tried to get a little cinematic with it, but
Nice. But I noticed that your channel is mostly dedicated to FPV.
yeah. It's just I can if somebody wants to get in and they're like, my main thing is I want to do like camera work and stuff. I have a decent amount of knowledge in that. I just don't cover it out here on the road. So like I can help them with it and steer them towards some a bunch of example videos and stuff like that. So I can help with it. I don't do much of it because I don't have a way to upload it.
Right.
I'll be right back. The wife just got home, so I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm looking. So I wonder, Dilligaf, when you start doing your more like instructional videos, like I've heard a lot about the Blue Falcon, right, and how wonderful he is, and I don't know that anyone's filled his shoes yet. I would say, I would say. So it would be nice if we had another channel that came up. I know Bardwell is doing pretty good. I know a lot of guys are doing the best they can to get that going. I don't want to offend anyone, so I don't want to say too much.
But the thing not to forget is that you got to go back. Like Bardwell has covered a lot of this stuff, but he covered it a year ago, and now he has all these other either responsibilities or things that he's into.
He does.
So, for like a raw beginner, most of what he's covering right now is a bit on the advanced side. So for a raw beginner, I say don't hesitate. Let's look a year and a half ago. Did Bardwell do a video about this? But in a lot of cases too, like I can usually zero in on either if I can't, hopefully I can just help, but for the masses, if it's beyond like what I can do, I can at the very least say, hey, search it like this, search this YouTuber, and search it like this, and it'll help you zero in on the video that I know will cover that,
Yeah, because I'm going to say for Bardwell, I don't know that forever you can say at the very beginning of projects, right? That you stay with the simplest of things. As your people are progressing, you have to help them progress, right?
You know what?
I'm not always going to be at the beginning stage.
I'm about to do another ground up 5-inch build. I guess I should do it on the channel.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
Much like Blue Falcon still being relevant, building it from scratch, I can show the whole process, and it doesn't matter what ESC or flight controller or camera or VTX you use. I'll break the video down. I'll do it in a fashion that anybody will be able to build any 5-inch quad off of it. I'll do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I got to say that as we grow, we want to learn more things, but we always, I don't know, I always go back and look at the other ones because I'm always forgetting something. So, yeah.
That's a really good idea. I keep laughing about the this is my term I made up. There's an Einstein quote that says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
It's true.
You guys have heard that?
Yep.
So I've been at this a while, I've been at this for many years, And when I just got this Mobula, I bound it up. I did all the setup and everything, and all it would do was beep at me. All it would do. And here's the funny thing is I was in all the beta flight settings, CLI and everything. I had the beeper completely turned off. Every way that could make the beeper beep, I had it all turned off, but all the dang thing would do was beep at me. And I've been doing this way too long to not be able to put a bind and fly whoop in the air, you know?
Yeah.
And admittedly, it probably took me a half an hour, maybe to an hour of the Einstein method, where I did the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And the funny thing is that in most of the world of science, that is the definition of insanity. In the world of FPV drones, that's the definition of how to make it fly sometimes.
Right.
All of a sudden, everything worked. Like, oh, who's that guy?
Are you trying to outdo me, Claude?
Colin and then Claude sitting Charlie out.
But I will say, Dilligaf, it's also the same thing that happens sometimes when you're trying to update your DJI drone. You just got to keep doing it 10 times.
Yep.
Yeah, and about mine, I agree with you. YouTube's great, but it's got to function. And right now we're having a horrible time. Most of you that have come in just recently, Claude took over my in-house moderation for the luck being on live, because we all know that that I do that for Canadian Drone Hub, and he does that for me. But today he couldn't hear Dilligaf, and so he went ahead and got off so we could hear him in a regular stream, so he could still be part of that and hear what he had to say. So Kim and Roger, I really appreciate you doing that for us. And I want to say thank you, Drone Effects of COD, for coming on and just being willing to help me. And Colin, what took you so long to come on, darling?
He was at the store.
He's at the store. Well, that's yes.
I got a couple more when you're ready.
I am ready. Let's go.
Sure.
Let me find one more thing.
How dare you, Claude, try to outdo me, by the way.
Yeah, with your own babies.
Sorry, but that was friggin' hilarious. So this is two things that will kill beginners. Hey, first I got a question.
Colin.
Where is Val Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh no. Dilligaf, we've gone to the mic.
It's totally unraveled, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
she's in Boise, by the way.
She's in Boise, Idaho?
In Boise, Idaho.
Oh, that's one of the places, like, I think in the long term I might settle.
Nice. Well,
maybe not Boise, but like middle of nowhere, Idaho.
Yes. And there's a lot
something
of
like that.
Where Idaho.
Yeah. So actually I'm going to start with this. So when you're starting out your first build for a beta flight or a freestyle or a race quad, this right here will kill you.
Oh, hold it up a little higher.
See if I can get it. Oh, where's the camera?
There you go.
There we go.
So many cords won't transfer the data or won't transfer it properly. And you will be setting stuff on fire and beating it up with a hammer, and all that's wrong is that you don't have a cord that works. So make sure what you're plugging your drone into is a data transfer cord. So make sure it'll transfer a photo on another device or whatever else, and that it's not a charge-only cord. So that,
or a trainer. I noticed that the trainer cord is different than the data cords too.
Yeah, start with the cord. That I can't tell you. Like, I probably it probably stunted my FPV growth by 6 months.
Oh wow!
Going through crap with cords that didn't work right back in the beginning. So make sure you have a cord. Second, these configurators, Beta Flight, Race Flight, not so much, or Flight 1. But the configurators don't like what's the driver, the USB drivers.
Oh yeah.
Can make you go absolutely nuts without what download driver do I need or whatever. And there's it's not Pyro Ice RC. It's called the I'll remember the name of it. But here's a funny thing. It's nice to be able to tune out in the field. It's nice to be able to whatever else. A good laptop or a good PC is actually your enemy. They have way worse trouble with the drivers and stuff. And if you get a cheap Walmart tablet that has a non-dual operating system, it's way friendlier with Beta Flight and with the configurators and tuning your quads.
Interesting.
So Night Train is saying the dig drivers. What?
Yeah. Okay, so but that will sometimes not work. He's saying the right one though. There's the Zadig, and then there's another one, driver fixer. It's something driver fixer.
Yeah, he's saying the Impulse RC driver fixer.
Yeah, the Impulse RC driver fixer. People may not like him, but I like him for a couple of reasons. Kebab FPV, him and I were laughing like 6 months ago because nobody maintains that Impulse RC driver fixer anymore, supposedly. And I said, the day that goes offline, I'm going to walk right over to the dumpster and chuck all my friggin' drones in it. Because when you can't get hooked up, that thing is amazing. It will help you through a lot. But if you get really into this and want to be able to tune in the field and don't want to use like one of the phone GUIs or whatever, shop actually one of the cheaper ones that have a single simple solid state drive and not the dual type processor. And
Right.
They're way better at, I've actually been using this little RCA one for like 2 years. I only got it to do Beta Flight. And to this day, it like does my YouTube. It does all kinds of stuff. It's like been brilliant. I can't believe it worked more than 6 months and it's been through the ringer and it works like a charm. And I actually can, even with no internet, I have all my configurators and everything in here. So this is what I use to work on quads out here in the field. So
Nice.
It's actually a place where money will hurt you. Like a $1,200 tablet will probably give you way more headaches than that one was like, I think it was normal like $249 or $299, and it was on Walmart deal for like $140 or something. Or
Nice.
maybe even less. No, I think it was like $70. It was ridiculous. It was on clearance. And yeah, no, it's perfect for working on quads.
So Night Train is saying if he has any issues connecting to FC Impulse, it's generally the fix. Yeah, I saw, did you watch when Night Train and Clement went down to Jim 616 and they were fixing the drones that he was putting together? That was such a good story. But so Dylan, is there anything else that you want to say? Because I want to make sure you have time to say before we go off the air. And I know you need to get back to driving.
No, my main thing is, like I said, I'm actually probably going to change my channel name to probably like the FPV Tutor. I wanted to do it before this, before I talked to you tonight, so I could like announce what the new name was, and just life got in the way. Things got too busy, and I haven't gotten to do it.
How's about FPV Tutor Trucker?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So would it be? So what would it be? Hi baby, hi baby. So what if it were like you come back on a Sunday night, just come in the chat, and I'll bring you on really quick, and you can announce when you change your name.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's awesome. We'll do it.
Yeah, I would love to. I
want to roll it around. Yeah.
A lot of fun. I so appreciate it.
For sure. No, I mean that's a great idea. I guess I like the tutor because like I don't want to be presumptuous, like use something like professor, you know, like I want to be more like I'm like the junior high kid helping the other kid with their math homework, you know.
Yeah, and don't let Claude be the one to name it, otherwise you'll just be known as Moist FPV from now on. So.
Yeah, don't let Claude name you. I've been trying to change my mind for a long time. We just don't let him.
Awesome.
Won't let him at all. Guys, anything else you'd like to say to Dilligaf? I know he needs to get on the road. I hate to lose him so quickly, but any other things you would like to ask him?
No, it was really good talking to you, and really cool to kind of hear the some of the truck stories and different stuff, because some of that stuff, you know, we aren't all really privy to and stuff. So it was kind of cool hearing that. And seriously, I hope I someday get to fly with you one of these days when you're up in the area.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm if you get a chance, because my brain gets spread pretty thin, would you do me the hugest favor of whatever my last upload is? Drop your channel name in case, because like sometimes I feel like I subbed you on Canadian Drone Hub one day, but I feel like now I haven't seen your channel name. So will you just say your channel name, and that way I can reach back out to you in the comments of whatever I have up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know how YouTube is. We've all dealt with it. Things get lost and things get moved and removed. So
yeah, no, I definitely definitely want to come fly with you. I'm all up. You know what? A big thing for me too is it was like the most exciting thing that happened when people a couple people started asking me questions that I could do videos about and help them with. Is like hit me with like every kind of like recommendation. What do you want to see, like as far as like instructional stuff? But not only that, like what do you want to see like out here flying, like, or out here what, like there's eye-opening things about being a truck driver that actually have nothing to do with trucks. Like it has to do with like, and I know like this isn't getting into politics or anything, but just like the way society works. Like the first time I went to a Amazon distribution center, like it took a while for my brain to process how much stuff goes through, like what, like us as consumers, you know, like when you see these distribution centers, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was that much toilet paper in the world. Like, you know, like
they're building one out here in Spokane. They're building one right now. Yep, it's almost done.
There's a Walmart distribution center in Baytown, Texas, and the speed limit's 15 miles an hour. In most, it's actually 8 in a lot of the smaller ones. This one, it's 15 miles an hour, and it takes like, I don't even know how long. It's like the place is like it's nuts. Like it's 2 buildings that are the size of like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're massive. There's something like 2,000 trailers on property.
That is a lot. So yeah. I have something we need to see in one of your videos. We need you to fly your Modula 7 through a set of tire chains.
Tire what?
Tire chains. I don't even know if they would fit through.
Like the ones we use in the winter?
Yeah. I don't even know if you could get it through them.
Oh yeah, I could, but mine are all in a compartment right now. Sometimes I see them at a terminal. If I do, I'll do it for sure. I definitely fly through a tire somewhere.
Sweet.
I was joking that I want to set the whole truck up as a Mobula track where the windows have like a ring of LEDs all the way around them.
Oh,
and then I have like a couple of gates that I can like. I thought about if I used GoPro mounts like up on the side of the cab or whatever, and I had like 2 circle gates, like mouse ears sticking out the sides, and then the gates going right through the cab of the truck. And maybe one on the hood, like a gravity gate coming off the front of the hood would be cool. That like, how tripping would that be to like shut down for the night, flip on a bunch of LED lights, and like rip my own track that's like right around the truck? That
would be amazing. I think it needs to happen.
Yeah, I think I'll be making that happen over time for sure.
Sweet.
So we're going a little late. I hope no one has trouble with that.
Oh, I'm fine. I've got 5 hours
Messaging.
Oh, wow.
Home. Messaging.
Why do I keep hitting the wrong button?
Home. Messaging. You have 5 hours and 18 minutes of remaining drive time. Home.
Everybody probably heard that.
Yep.
Yes, I am. I'm saying that's a nice voice.
Yeah, but she gets on my nerves.
Hey, at least she's not like an Arnold Schwarzenegger and be like, get back on the road right now.
Right?
Hey, Russ and Todd, can you take over for just a minute? I'll be right back. Does that work for you? I'll be right back.
So while she's coming back, what is your favorite place to drive to? Just scenery wise or whatever. Or just like a section of road, anything like that.
My favorite state to drive in is Kansas.
Oh yeah?
Kansas has epic turnpikes. The rest stops are really cool to fly because each rest stop has a water tower. So you've got like a water tower to dive.
Nice.
They have neat little restaurants in them. The parking is super easy for a semi. And a lot of them have like little picnic grounds that are also great to FPV. So probably my favorite state to drive is Kansas because the roads are phenomenal and the rest stops are great to fly. As far as epic scenery, the Northwest, like anywhere from like Idaho to Oregon, that area, Washington, up where you're at.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Hey, Russ.
Yes.
I'm going to show you something. I renamed it tonight. It's the Moist Flyer. You ready?
Oh, yeah. I heard about this when you first got on or whatever.
Right there it is.
Oh, you named your Cessna that.
Yes.
I can see that being moist. Is that your plane?
Yes.
Yeah, he takes FPV to a whole new range. No.
What country are you in?
U.S.
You ever heard of a company called Flight Safety?
No, I have not.
Big trainer company. They have a branch in Texas, I think Dallas, and in Miami. Huge training company. Anyway, growing up, my father worked for them, and I got to fly like in some systems like that a bunch and stuff when I was growing up. I think some of us that get really into this have some sort of aviation background, you know?
Oh, yeah. We all do.
Air Force brat. That's as close as I get.
You're so bad, Grumpy. I'm reading a post. I won't read it out loud. So I just want to say a couple things really quick, just an impromptu commercial. Guys, whether you're coming in and going out or somewhere, please make sure you hit that like. Also, you can catch the Canadian Drone Network tomorrow morning at 9 and every morning at 9 o'clock. And also you can get a hold of Droning About Northwest at what time tomorrow? No, Thursday?
Thursday, so 2 days from now. I'll be on at 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Right?
Oh, you know what? I gotta go make sure I'm subbed to your channel again right when we get off of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'll just go find one of your videos there, Dilligaf. Well, your last one, I think I already have seen that one, but I'll go and I'm interested in the purposely parking in a tree one. It's got me peaked, so I'm gonna go watch that one anyways, and I'll just comment in that one.
I wonder if I can do that.
Since I'll just be totally honest. So I basically what happened there was I was doing 180 yaw to a direction change, and at the exact split second that I kind of dropped the nose in the throttle to punch myself back the other direction, I was setting in a tree. So I just laid the throttle all the way down, and it looked like I intentionally landed there. Like there was no like drama of the props like buzzing or anything. It looked like I did it. It was 100% 1,000,000 to 1 accident, but it looked intentional. So I put that as the title. I thought it was funny.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. So I was going to, okay, now I got to figure, okay. So anyway, guys, on Sunday, I am going to be doing another interview because I do Sunday and Tuesday. Here's my Sunday interview. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of it now. Hold on, let me check my schedule. I ended up with a lot of people, so I'm just kind of forgetting everything. Yeah, that's how wonderful I am here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that's on Monday. So it must be Artco. That's the 14th, but who is on the 7th? It's Prop Wash.
Oh, prop one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be interviewing Prop Wash. So, guys, he's another FPVer, and so it should be a lot of fun. And on the 9th, it is Phantom 101. So just so you know that there's 2 more coming up. Tonight we have Dilligaf FPV. We've been talking to him about his flying FPV quads. And he's a truck driver, and he only gets 2 days off a month.
Sometimes 3
If he gets lucky.
I actually try to only stop for 34 hours, but it usually turns into 2 or 3 days.
It just seems like it'd be hard, but then you get to stop where you want to stop, correct? So you can fly.
Yeah, and the other thing is the way the DOT hours work. Like what I'll do, because I know I'm going to stop in Orlando, so I'll drive over my 8 hours a day, and then I'll stop for 34 hours. You know,
Nice.
Yeah.
and reset all the clocks.
So how long were you at Hadley Park? Was that a couple days that you got off?
Okay, I'm gonna. Hopefully, nobody prejudges Hadley for me telling this right now. I flew with him for probably 4 hours. I had an absolute blast. He told me that he flew 36 packs that day.
Oh, wow.
I used to fly about 1.5 years ago. I was really working on like flow, and I committed myself for 2 months straight to fly 16 packs a day. And I thought that was like a level of insanity, you know? He flew 34 packs on Sunday.
That's pretty good. I think the most I've ever gone through is about 7. And it took 2 different times to do that.
There's actually a power outlet there. So we were taking turns hooking up our parallel charges, and we're like charging packs and hanging out and flying. It's a great fly spot, actually. And it's very different than it looks on video. It's way smaller than you think it is.
Wow. Well, yeah, I've gone through 2 packs in a day. So I'm just feeling pretty wimpy right now.
Well, my 6S quads will fly 7 to 8 minutes now. So, you know, flying 2 packs with those is like a lot more flight time than I used to do. Huge difference. That's where I'm telling everybody too, going forward, build these quads 6S on 5-inch because it doesn't cost you any more money. And you're talking about, you know, 6 to 8 minutes of flight time instead of 2 to 3. It's a huge difference.
Drone Kings in Darwin has entered the house, and we have Grumpy Blogger also, Cole Somerville, Inner Palace Mind. I'm just reading some of the ones that have come in. I burned a whole 220 mAh battery the other day. Whoop, whoop. That was Kim. So Kim is feeling better because he's finally being able to get out and fly because the snow is just beginning to maybe melt.
Yeah.
Hi above and beyond. How you doing? Oh my gosh. So tomorrow, where are you flying?
I don't know where I'll be. I am on my way to Iowa, Cedar Rapids. I may be Kansas tomorrow, actually. I'm hopefully one of those Kansas rest stops that I just talked about.
Nice.
Do we have a couple more minutes?
We do.
I could talk about a couple of premium things.
Yes.
When people this changed my experience. I went from 2.5 years of flying relatively budget camera and goggle receivers. I've had the Fat Sharks quite a while. They're a big chunk of money to spend. But I went through years of flying budget cameras and Fat Sharks and True D, while the Ishin AB800s for a while. When people can afford it, the rapid fire receiver and the Eagle Micro are they changed the FPV experience like nothing else that I've bought. So it's a chunk of money, but I thought all the static and glitching that you see when you fly FPV was a byproduct of 5.8. It's not. It's all in the receiver. So you guys don't get to see it. I'd love to figure it out someday. When I'm flying the CL1 with that the RunCam Micro Eagle, and I'm flying on the on that rapid fire receiver, it's literally near watching a GoPro feed on your television. There's no glitches, there's no static. I've flown it out like to where I was basically trying to get out of range of video, and I went way out and got behind a pretty big building and like down to the ground. And what you start to get is just a very little bit of light snow, but no like static, no. And what that does, you don't realize how much those little static blips and everything are messing with your confidence when you're going to fly through a gap. When you are aiming, especially like while you're turning or whatever, and you're trying to like line up and go through a gap, when you have a solid, steady, full glitch-free FPV feed, it changes the game for you. And
nice.
When you see like all the pros and the racers and whatever all flying that gear, that's not them being elitist. This hobby has a problem with people acting elitist about their gear. Those couple pieces change the game. So like, you know, it's something like as you can afford it, those have been the two like main pieces of premium gear that like I've bought expensive crap and I'm like, yeah, that's nice. But those two things, I put them together at the same time. I was like, oh man, I cannot believe I've been flying the way I've been flying for 2.5 years. It's that much better. And it's also probably part of why friggin' the Drib and all those guys fly the way they do, because they have this amazing feed that's not like glitching around on them. It's they're looking at like, it's literally like you're watching TV. It's an amazing feed.
What am I hearing?
Those were two like big
You're hearing my wife chasing my son. Sorry, but I think I saw Paul Lewis P. Floyd got that same receiver that you were talking about, and he was saying good things about it as well.
Yeah, it is it's a pain in the butt. It draws a lot of power. It's hard to install, but it's. I thought like I was like, well, yeah, it blends the two antenna signals, so it's going to in most situations be able to pull in the signal better. There's some other magic going on there that they're not describing, because it gets rid of all of the even when you have like, I've flown it beyond where I had good picture, but the picture remains steady and solid. So even when it's like, you know, low light or getting behind stuff where, you know, even as good a stuff as I have wasn't punching through like 100% clean. It was an extremely confidence inspiring, solid glitch free video feed. So that's you know, as you're getting into a little bit more of the premium stuff, those are two pieces of gear that change the way you fly. They're expensive, but they do change how you fly.
So really quick, I want to say hi to Rick Helmer. Hi, Rick. And Wiedemann Photography. Dilligaf. So Dilligaf, I keep calling you that. What's your first name?
Lee.
Lee. Oh, that's right. Lee. So I'll try to remember that. I'm really bad with names. But Lee can't see the stream. So I'm just going to let him know. Drone tread on me. How you doing, my love? Guys, new job, new life. Love the community, and we love you. Don't tread on me. We do. And so, proper FPV said, I always recommend people who really want to play FPV to get a radio to master a simulator while you stay for HPOs and rapid fire.
Yeah.
Is that what you're recommending too?
Saying to get the like a QX7 and fly the sim and save. Yeah. You know, there's several entry ways. The I think the Emacs Tiny Hawk Ready to Fly is a physical way to fly inexpensively and jump into the hobby. And like it's almost like it's, but if you know, like if you've watched enough videos and you're like, I know I want to do this, you can definitely bypass that, get your QX7, start on the sim, you know, and then go that direction. Yeah.
So Jim Crennan just came in the house and he says, Dilligaf, good evening, brother. Hello to everyone.
Jim's awesome.
Hey, Jim. Let's see. Canadian Drone Hub, thanks for the support. Love you, feed. Yeah, Drone Academy. We love you. So
I'm coming to fly at Jim's house.
Have you flown at Jim's house?
No, he moved and he won't tell me where.
Oh, Jim. Tell us. Put the address in the chat.
Yeah, just put the address right in chat. I mean, nobody else is watching, right? We don't have 28 other people in here.
He's such a nice. He's so nice about avoiding me and telling me where he lives.
Address, social security card number, a few things like that, please.
That is funny. That's funny. I like to see. I told him, I'll have my, yeah.
I gotta be careful picking on Jim Crennan because he knows some of my deepest, darkest secrets, actually.
Tell us, Jim.
Ooh, while he's on, Jim, start stealing.
Excellent. I look like I give out Franks. Bad time getting better. Thanks to the drone community for getting me through it. Hey, anytime, drone fed me.
Well, it's dinner time for me, so I'm going to have to let you guys go. But thanks for having me on, Val, and great to talk to you. Good to see you as always, Claude.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
you too.
Hey, droning around the Northwest.
Yep.
Is your name Russell?
Yep, I am. I'm Russ. Yep.
Russell, I'm gonna go sub you, so we've got the contact.
Absolutely, man. All right. Hey, have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you all later.
Hey, Russ. Thanks a lot for coming in.
No problem.
You know what I'm gonna do? Bye, Russell. I'll be changing the name of the channel to probably like FPV Tutor or something like that.
That's good.
I'm gonna start including my email in the description on everything. Yeah, that's I will try to do like the most comprehensive build breakdown when I build this next 5-inch to walk people through it. It'll definitely consist of several videos, you know, but that'll be, I don't know how to make a playlist. I will learn how to make a playlist. So when somebody goes to build their first FPV quad, they can refer to that and with like kind of the modern equipment, see how to do it.
Nice.
So I'll definitely cover that.
So I like FPV Tutor. I think that's great. It's just, okay. And I would say that, you know, the community is so about paying it forward. And that's what you're doing when you're teaching us the different things that you know. Because I say when you hold all your information to yourself, it doesn't help grow anything, right? You have to give information out. And that's the value you bring. You know?
And these things, like I said in the beginning, they can be so frustrating and so hard to keep in the air. And now over these 3 years, I've sifted through enough stuff that the kit that I fly is, I think, as reliable, you know, about as you can do. So, you know, if I can steer people towards this methodology, it'll just help them have more time in the air, you know?
Okay, so Lillian wants to say hi.
Hi, Lillian.
My Saint Bernard. So Nature's Beauty, they have gone blurry to me, Kim. Oh, so is my mic not sounding good, Kim? I have a little bit of an echo, right? So we're just going to live with it. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess with any buttons and have things go crazy. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, though, so it might be less. So, oh, good evening, Jim Crennan. Good evening. Oh, must be the net. Oh, it's sort of raspy.
Is this going to go to YouTube?
This is on YouTube now. Yeah.
So it'll stay up there?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And so anybody who wants to see it, it'll still have the title Dilligaf, and so everybody will be able to come back and watch. And people do, actually.
Why don't we go ahead and make FPV Tutor official? I don't know if I'll get it changed tonight or tomorrow, but you can actually, like, if you haven't already made the title, you can put that. I'll change my channel name to that.
Okay. FPV. Hold on. Putting FPV Tutor there. And let me go into my, I don't know, well, let me edit it now without kicking me out. If I kick you out, guys, I'm just more than sorry.
Don't worry about it. A lot of times it's easier. It's super easy to edit after it's done. So don't do it. Don't worry about doing it now.
Hey, Val, Lloyd said something to you about you.
Did he?
It's your Dominatrix voice.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's why I don't listen to Lloyd, because he shouldn't say that. Right, Lloyd? Yeah, okay, so I did it. I changed it, but I don't know if it's actually changed in the video or not. So we'll see.
No worries.
So guys, is the video still going?
Yeah.
So I just said on the State of Dilligaf FPV, or FPY, I don't know what I was doing. It says now FPV Tutor. So you got it. Yeah, there's an echo on mine. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, except
it's not bad. It's not bad at all. For Hangouts combined with YouTube, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this, and it says that. Let me get this one. So, is it still there? Yeah. So we're doing the best we can. I'll go back up to this top one. Oh well.
It's been good. So yeah, like I said, super exciting for me if people hit me with questions.
Yes. So guys, it is already 7:30, and that's all the time I have tonight. But could you do me a favor, Roger, and come back in the stream for a minute? Dangerous Criminals.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Certainly, it was so awesome to be here. Thanks.
Safe on the road. Bye.
I will. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey, Val.
Yeah?
I think you missed this. I'm going to show you something here. It's official. I have named it now.
What have you named it?
Look at my picture when I talk. That's the Moist Flyer.
Oh, jeez. What am I going to do with you all? What am I going to do with you? Oh, my God. Guys, thanks, everyone, for coming in. Listen, if I didn't pick some of you up, or you think I don't have you, go ahead and make a comment so I can go ahead and grab you. I just was really, it's really fascinating to meet the people that I meet with these interviews, and just appreciate you all giving so much support. Dilligaf is just a great guy, isn't he? Just fun. Yeah, Ken. Bye, Ken. I hope you feel better with the spring coming. I'm just saying. Lloyd, thanks for coming in. Paul Murray, I couldn't find you. I don't see you anymore. So you might have just gone ahead and gone. Cole Somerville, Inner Palace Mind, thank you. All of you. Doug, thank you for coming in. Just y'all have a good night. Above and Beyond, thank you. Nature's Beauty, I want to thank you. E-Drone, all of you guys, just love you. Thanks for coming in, and I love you. You know it. And I will see you probably tomorrow on the Canadian Drone Hub in the morning. But also, don't forget Sunday night at 7, we will be interviewing Prop Wash. Okay, guys. Bye.